Well, the typhoon, of course, has now hit, and to find out its impact, let's go straight to our Beijing correspondent, Henry Morton, who joins us on the line. Henry, then, what are you hearing from the impact of the typhoon now?
Well, the storm continuing to pound China's east coast this morning, where, of course, those million people were evacuated from Fujian and Zhejiang provinces. Forecasters, although predicting the worst is over now, and the Morakot will probably miss Shanghai a little further up, further north along the coast. The typhoon, though, wreaking havoc over the weekend. It hit the Chinese mainland Sunday afternoon local time. That's after it passed over Taiwan. There, the Taiwanese now facing a major cleanup operation. As you heard, there 250 centimeters of rain dumped in some parts of the island, triggering the worst flooding the territory has seen in decades. Floodwaters more than 2 meters high reported in some areas. Chinese mainland also seeing severe damage, hundreds of houses collapsing, dozens of roads rendered impassable. More than 16,000 hectares of land are now said to be underwater. The government looking at a major bill for the cleanup operation, looking at something in the region of $1 billion for this particular storm.
Okay, now Henry, just briefly for us, how equipped, how prepared are the Chinese authorities for this typhoon? Because obviously tropical storms regularly hit China.
Well, yes, that's right. We're in the middle of typhoon season at the moment. It lasts July to September, and the Chinese really, I think, pretty well prepared for these sorts of eventualities. 1 million people evacuated in a couple of days. That's a major logistical operation. People already starting the cleanup operations in the areas worst affected where the storm has now passed. So the Chinese, I think, do a very good job at the moment, and as I say, they're used to this sort of situation, and are fully prepared for it.
Okay, Beijing correspondent Henry Morton, thank you very much for that. Well, meanwhile, Japan is also battling their own storm, Typhoon Etal. At least 9 dead, 9 missing now, according to police officials. The typhoon slammed into western Japan, the main Honshu island. The rains then brought on massive floods and caused landslides. Eyewitnesses have described people being swept away in a river as they tried to steer their cars away from the disaster zone. Over 2,000 people have been evacuated from their homes there, ordered to seek refuge in schools. Now, Typhoon Etal, incidentally, is heading north. A weather warning has been issued for those in the east of the country.